Hi guys, so in this little video we're going to look at how to, in English, acknowledge a mistake. So acknowledging means reconnaître. So to see a mistake that we made. So suppose in French you want to say something like j'aurais dû, okay? Or you might want to say it a little more gently instead of dû, soft, and say I could have, j'aurais pu. So in English that gives you I should have. And if you want to soften it, you could say I could have. So that's the first part, but then you don't stop right there, right? You got to add a verb at the end. So j'aurais pu, let's say, contacter. Put that over here as well. In English, what do you get for that? You get I should have contacted. Okay, I could have contacted. So I think you've probably noticed over here the ED is what we use over here, whereas in French it's ER, right? ER, in English ED. So in French you'd say this is l'infinitif. In English this is the past participle. So that's called the past participle. You don't need to know the name, you just need to know that it takes an ED. That's the form to be learned over here, okay? So let's look at that again. I should have, or I could have. Those are the equivalents for j'aurais dû and j'aurais pu. All right. Remember to pronounce your ED in this case because it comes after a T. So I should have contacted, or I could have contacted. Interesting thing too about the pronunciation of this is that if we're saying this quickly, we don't actually, it doesn't sound like I should have. Instead, it sounds like I should of, okay? And that actually leads to people making this spelling mistake in English where they write OF instead of writing the word have when they're writing. You're going to see that online sometimes. So over here it would sound like I could of, but you can say that, but don't write that. If you write that, it's a mistake. If you say it, it's fine. Is there anything else I should add to this? Yes, irregular verbs. So when a verb is regular, it's got an ED, that's fine. But what do we do when it's an irregular verb? Well, you have to know, again, you have to know the past participle form. So past participle when it's an irregular verb will be different. So something like do in the past participle is done. Something like wear, let's say you're talking about wearing protective equipment, that would be worn. Okay, or something like give, that would be given. Okay, all of those are your past participle forms for irregular verbs. Okay, the regular verb always just takes the ED that you see over here. All right, try to learn this form and try to use it when we're doing our interviews for the incident. At one point I'll ask you what you could have or should have done differently. And if you can show me this form, that's great.